and what a beautiful day it is for cycling. In this video, I'm taking a look at the Garmin Varia rear light and radar that I've been using for a few years and show you what it does, and after that I'll let you know about my own experiences using it. Obviously, my opinion regarding whether you should get one or not is biased, as I've been using it for a while. And it's just an opinion anyway. A recent conversation at a club ride proves this. I had, why do I need one? I just look around and I see the cars. Previously I've also heard, just buy a 10 quid mirror for God's sake. Both are valid opinions, of course. Equally, another club member commented recently that they'd never seen such a bright rear light at a distance and were very impressed. And others have been surprised at what it actually does, clearly not aware of its existence previously, in spite of some version of this radar being available for the last 6 years. So is this a great contribution to my safety on the bike, or an unnecessary gadget? Because the latter is possible, because I do love gadgets. So watch the rest of this video and make your own mind up. I have the older model that has subsequently been upgraded by a newer model, which looks identical with just 2 additional features. Both have different light modes. This one has 3, a solid light, a night flash and a day flash, which are increasingly brighter, with the day flash the brightest at 60 lumen, and claims battery life of 15 hours on one charge on flash mode, 16 hours on the newer model, so way more than you need for a ride. The latest model, in addition, has Peloton mode as a light mode, which gives lower light flashes so as not to annoy the others when you're cycling in a group. My older model doesn't have this, and it's never a problem. Garmin also claim that the light can be seen a mile away. We'll have to take their word for that. But it has been proven that flashing rear lights are spotted way earlier than steady always-on lights. So along with a better battery life when it's flashing, I see no reason to ever have it on as a solid always-on light. The more useful new feature on the newer model is that in addition to it being compatible with all the Garmin head units and watches, it's also compatible with smartphones through an app for those who use their phones rather than forking out for a head unit like my Garmin 1030 here. There's also a separate accessory you can buy which shows all the alerts on your handlebars if you don't have a head unit and don't want to use your phone. So here is the rear light. As you can see, it's quite simple. On-off button at the top, and at the back the connector for it to click on to the mount for your bike, and here is the covered charging port, and that cover goes over to keep it waterproof. It's possible to turn it on and off and change the different modes by using the button here, but more conveniently, once you've paired it to your head unit, you can see here that in the menus of the head unit there's actually a way of controlling your lights. So we can switch on to solid. You can see the solid light has come on, or we can switch it on to how I would have it by pressing flash, and you now have flashing. And it's worth knowing that, because if you try switching it on and changing the light mode that you want by using the button here, it'll actually just default to whatever you've chosen on your head unit, and you may be wondering why the heck it won't change. But whatever you select on your head unit is what it will come on as once you switch the thing on. Obviously, if you want to control it with the button on the light, then you would just cancel override there, and it would do whatever you chose with the button. It's also worth knowing that if maybe you were struggling with battery for it because you've forgotten to charge it, and you felt there was a massive need for the light, but there was need for the radar, then if you switch the light off there, it doesn't stop the radar from still working and alerting you of vehicles on your head unit. The unit doesn't just point straight back at vehicles, but has a 220-degree field of view, so it still is able to pick cars up when you're going around bendy routes and detects them at 150 yards distance, showing up to 8 vehicles all at once on your head unit. On narrow roads, you'll sometimes get a car slowing down and travelling at the same speed as you, behind you, until it's safe to overtake. So be aware that sometimes when this happens, its presence disappears from the head unit at that point. But by then, you've already been alerted it was approaching, so you know it's there. Anyway, what does it look like when the action is happening on the road? So as you can see, moving up the screen, the dot, which represented the cars. Hopefully there was 2 dots there because there was 2 cars. And on the edge of the screen, it either flashes orange, or if the car's going excessively fast, it'll flash red as the dot is moving up the screen, which gives you an indication that maybe what they call the danger level is higher. Once the car's gone past and there are no other vehicles, it gives you a green line. There you go again, the white dot moving up the side of the screen. If you prefer, you can have the dot the other side of the screen, of course. Now you can see it flashing, but when it picks up a vehicle that, as it has now just done, the flashing gets more rapid and brighter, still flashing away. And then as you see, the cars have passed and the flashing slows down. So it's an additional warning to drivers approaching when the flashing intensifies, and here it will go again. As you can probably guess, on a busy road, it's probably not worth using this, as you'll be being alerted constantly with the thing bleeping away, when it's already no surprise that there'll be a constant stream of traffic. But roads like this, where I do most of my cycling, where traffic is random, it's absolutely fantastic. So what is my own experience like using this radar for years? On occasions, it has signalled vehicle approaching, and it was actually a cyclist. Now, is this an error? A false alert? Well, no, not really. It's more a judgment of my sluggish riding speed, to be honest, as they were always going significantly faster than me. So the alert was no bad thing. In a few years of use, on the odd occasion, it has alerted a vehicle was approaching, but nothing passed me. Initially, I thought these were false alerts, and I gradually realised that all that's happening is that because the range of 150 yards is so good, the car had either parked up or turned off the road before it got to us. I will go for that in return for knowing in advance there's a car approaching. And on the bad side, when we're on a club ride and I shout, "Car back!" and they all think I'm an idiot when no car arrives, but I can live with that too. I can honestly say though, that not once in all the years I've been using it has a vehicle overtaken me that this radar hadn't already detected and alerted me about. Before I had it, because of wind noise, I was often hearing cars, which actually didn't exist, it was just wind noise. And equally, I was having some cars pass me that I'd only just heard at the last second. The key thing is, does it make me safer on the bike? I personally think it does on the roads that I ride on. I could take the middle ground away from all the crap and roadkill carcasses that are in the gutter, knowing that I'll know in plenty of time to move to my left. It shouldn't ever replace your own personal awareness of traffic, of course, but it certainly makes me feel safer, and that, of course, is important. Last year, I bought my son one for his birthday. He had never given getting one of these a second thought, but after a week of using it, he said he'd never be without it. And to be honest, that is repeated by anyone I've ever talked to who also owns one, so it says a lot. So is it a great supplement to cycling safety and confidence, or just an unnecessary gadget? I guess that's a personal decision, but I, for one, highly recommend using the Garmin Varia rear light and radar. Thanks for watching this video, and please let me know in the comment section below of your thoughts on this gadget, and it would be really appreciated if you would click the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, helping this fledgling channel grow. So that's me, Bill Ross, ordinary bloke on a bike. Happy cycling, and I'll see you soon.